starting off this makeup look, I'm using Urban Decay Quick Fix Primer Spray and then a little bit of the Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Moisturizing Under Makeup Primer. Then I need to cover up a few of these pimples because I was picking my face yesterday. And I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in the shade Light, and I'm just going to be tapping and blending that in with my fingers. For foundation, I'm taking Maybelline Dewy Plus Smooth in the shade 230, and I'm mixing a little bit of the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lighting. And again, it's like, I wonder if mine is expired or something, but it just, I don't know. I think it's actually working now that I used a little bit more, because when I used it in my last tutorial, I wasn't very impressed, but I can see a difference this time. So I'm just blending that all in together with a damp sponge. Now to do a little bit of cream contouring, I'm taking the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit in the shade Light, and I'm starting off with the shade called Cool Pink, and I'm just blending that underneath my eyes. I'm kind of using this shade as a replacement for my Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser, and then I'm just going over it with my damp sponge. Then to highlight and use a little bit of concealer, I went in with the shade called Vanilla, and I'm just blending that underneath my eyes, on my eyelids, my nose, the center of my forehead, and my chin. And then I'm going back over all of that with the damp sponge as well, just to make sure everything is blended. Now I'm going to be going in with the shade called Cinnamon, and I'm going to be contouring / bronzing with this. So first I'm starting off with my nose, and then I'm going to be doing underneath my lip and right above my lip as well. Now I'm taking my Real Techniques sculpting brush, and I'm just using it to contour / bronze my cheeks and my forehead and my jaw. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to go back over everything with the damp sponge again so we don't have any harsh lines and everything is blended together. To highlight my nose, I'm taking the shade Vanilla again, and I'm just placing this in the center and on the sides of my nose as well, and then I'm going to be blending that with the damp sponge. So I decided I would try some liquid highlighter, so I took the Buxom Divine Goddess Luminizer in the shade Venus, and I'm just blending this in with my damp sponge above my cheekbones, my eyebrow, just everywhere we put the concealer. Now to set my under eye and my face, I'm taking the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder, and I'm just putting that underneath my eyes with my damp sponge, and then I'm going to take my Too Faced Teddy Bear Powder Brush, and I'm going to lightly set the rest of my face. Now I'm going to be doing my brows off camera, but I'm taking the Colourpop Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde, and then as usual I'm taking the e.l.f. Light Brown Pomade as well. For blush, I'm taking this Tarte Holiday Blush Palette, and I'm using the shade Mod and my Morphe E4 brush. For blush topper, I'm taking the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Nectar, and I'm going to be concentrating this on the apples of my cheeks and blending backwards. Since the Nectar has kind of like a gold undertone to it, I decided to use Becca and Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop for highlighter. Now to clean up my contour slash bronzer and a little bit on my cheeks, I'm taking this peach shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just dusting this lightly underneath everywhere. Now I'm going to set my makeup with the NYX Dewy Setting Spray. Now we're going to get started on the eyes, and I'm starting off with the shade called MFEO and a Morphe G17 brush, and I'm going to be using this color as our transition shade. Now I'm going to be taking the shade called Roxanne and a Morphe M330 brush, and it's tapered so it's pointed a little bit, so I'm just buffing this directly into the crease and kind of blending it on the lid and blending it above as well. And now for the lid, I'm taking the shade called Chip in my MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to be placing this all over my eyelids. Now I switched to a Sigma Shader Crease E47 brush, and I'm taking a little bit of the shade called Chip, the same color that we placed on our lids, and I'm buffing this into the crease so everything is blended together. And then I went back in with a little bit of Roxanne, and I'm just deepening up that red shade a little bit more. So I lost some of the chip shade, so I'm just going back and putting a little bit more on. And I thought this color was really pretty. I just feel like it was kind of patchy, so I think I needed to put like some kind of base down first. Anyway, so starting on the lower lash line, I'm taking the chip shade and a Morphe pencil brush, and I'm just buffing this on my lower lash line. Now I'm taking a Morphe M139, and it's like a smaller tapered brush, and I'm taking the shade Roxanne, and I'm just concentrating this right underneath the chip shade. Now I'm going back in with that Sigma shader brush and just adding more of the chip shade on top of Roxanne. So since the palette doesn't have a matte cream shade, I'm taking this Dr. Hauschka cream eyeshadow, and you can use any cream shadow that you want. Like, this is just the first one I grabbed, and I'm just placing this underneath my brow bone, and I'm going to be putting it in my inner corners as well because this is an all matte look, so I wanted to put an all matte inner corner and brow highlight as well. Now for my waterline and to tightline, I took MAC Costa Riche. Now I'm going to be curling my eyelashes, and then I'm going to be adding a little bit of the Lancome Curl Booster because I'm not wearing falsies, so I like to add the Curl Booster because it really does help like amplify your natural lashes. And then when I saw the white against my eyeshadow look, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do a white mascara. So I took the NYX white eyeliner and I just put it on like a mascara, and I think it looks so good. Like, it's so different and so, I don't know, I just really like it. But if you didn't want to do a white mascara, then feel free to do a regular black mascara as well. Then I went ahead and put some on my lower lash line as well, and I think it looks so cool. It's like creepy cool. I don't know, I'm obsessed. Moving on to lips, I'm going to be first lining my lips with MAC Stripdown, and then I'm going to go in with Fleshpot Lipstick from MAC as well on top, and then I'm just going to be blending the two shades together with a lip brush. So I decided that lip color was just too light with the white mascara, so I'm trying out the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Cinnamon Toast. I really like the color, but it wasn't the color I was going for. It looked a lot darker on than it did in the tube, but it's still pretty. It was a little bit patchy, so I think I need to play with it some more, but it did smell really good too. Hey guys, so that completes this makeup tutorial. I knew I totally threw you guys off when I started putting that white liner on my eyelashes. Like, I don't know. I was like, I bet this will look good against like the dark smoky eye. And I know it's not going to be for everybody, but I think it looks really cool. And if you didn't want to do like the white mascara, or you could obviously just do regular mascara, I think both would look great. But like, the only thing I didn't like was I couldn't figure out a lip color. Like the first one I tried was way too light. Well, it would have been fine had I not had the white mascara. So that first lip combo I showed you would have been perfect if you used regular mascara. And then this, I tried out those Jordana lip creams and it looks way darker on my lips than it did in the tube. So I don't like that. That was tricky. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and today was my look number 6 from the Jaclyn Hill palette, so stay tuned for my last look, look number 7. I will see you guys in that video.